Hey guys, it's Maddie. I kind of have to hurry, so I might be rushing, and I'm sorry. First, I want to give a big shout out and thank you to the people that have read my book, Room 603, and the ones that are currently reading my book, Keep It in Room 603. The reason I want to give a shout out and a thank you to you guys is because my book hit 200,000 views, and you don't know how much that honestly means to me. I thank you guys so much. I love you guys, and keep on with the love. Now on to the video. So for this week's video, I'm going to be doing my first time. Not that, get your mind out of the gutter. I'm going to be doing the first time this list, whatever it's in front of me, if you can't see. It's 35 questions I'm going to be answering for you right now. Right now. Like right now. Why is it not moving? First app, I go to my text messages just because I want to see if anyone texted me. First broken bone. First thing I broke was my collarbones. I shattered them. Both of them. First makeup item. I think it was eyeshadow or lipstick. I don't really know. First plane ride you ever went on. I have never been on a plane, but I might be going on a plane next year. Might. The first time I ever got in trouble at home and school is one of my story times. Right here it is. Yeah. First time you were allowed to have makeup. I was never not allowed to have makeup. Like I wasn't told that I couldn't wear makeup. But the first time was my middle school dance. It's hot. First YouTuber you subscribed to. I don't even know who the first person I was subscribed to. My first boyfriend. His name was Joseph. That's all I'm gonna say. My first car. This is my car. My first celebrity crush. Now, when I was reading over these, the first thing I thought of is when I was like 13, and I would hang up posters from the end of my wall to up here. And if it didn't have Niall or Harry in it, I wouldn't hang it up. I was obsessed with both of them at the same time. My first cooking experience. I had a debate on which one was my first one. I just kind of picked one. So my first one is when I was a kid, I watched Zoe 101 all the time. And I don't know her name. I forgot her name. But like she's like the counselor or something like that. And she's always eating ravioli. If you know her name, comment below. She's always eating ravioli, and she always had it in a can. So I wanted to try it in the can. So I undid the can and threw it in the microwave. And not even like 10 seconds in, it starts going pop, 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 pop. My dad goes, "What's that?" And he came and took it out and yelled at me for about a minute. Or 7, yeah. My first crush. My first crush was this guy that was going to my church at the time. And I always thought he was my boyfriend, but he wasn't my boyfriend at all. He really didn't even like me, but he was my boyfriend to me. My first ever cell phone. And my first phone I got when I was 7. Now before you go, hey you little white privileged girl, why do you have a phone that's young? I'm gonna tell you. I'm adopted, and from where I live to where my birth mom lives, it's like an hour away. So I needed some communication to my mom at this house, not my birth mom. So I got the flip phone that had like minutes on it and everything, no games, not like Flappy Bird or anything, none of that. My first ever date. My first date was not with my first boyfriend, it was my second boyfriend. And his name is Billy Bob Joe. We went to go see a movie, We're the Millers. It's a really good movie. My first ever kiss. Now I had a debate on this because my first kiss wasn't really a kiss. So my first kiss was after a movie. I can't say that because they're gonna know who he is. And Billy Bob Joe, after we went and saw the movie, hey, you wanna make out? Yeah, sure. Okay, let's do it. My first fear, it was like it came when I was really young, actually. I would have to say my first fear was rejection. Because like not rejection of like boyfriends or people liking me or not. Rejection of people not loving me. Because at the time I was having problems with family and I didn't feel loved. So I was afraid of people rejecting me and I wasn't going to be loved enough. And you know, Or like, I don't know. Like, I wasn't gonna be up to everyone's expectations. My first ever heartbreak was with a guy that I had a lot of feelings for. We did date, but like, that was like a long time ago. And skip a few years, and then we started talking, and like, we talk on and off. Then he talked to someone else, I talked to someone else, and then we started talking, and you know, like, and I don't think it really was my first love. It's just the thought of him and me. We finally agreed to like, no, like, it's either us or not us, you know, not back and forth. And we kind of made up our minds, and that was kind of heartbreaking for me. I hope I made sense out of that. I really do. My first pet was my dog, Sassy. We were the same age. She passed away. Oh my god, I'm gonna start crying because she's a pug, and pugs are freaking adorable. First piercing, and when did you get it? My first piercing was my ears, and I got them done at Claire's. My first thought today was, did I really go to sleep? I don't remember going to sleep. I remember staying up till like midnight, and then I tossed and turned all night, and I don't remember going to sleep. My first time on a plane. I never rode a plane. First time on a train. I never rode a train. My first toy. I don't remember. My first YouTube video is this. The first book I remember reading. I don't know what it's called, but it's something about an owl. My first concert was with my friend Gina at a Jamie Johnson concert. Shout out to you, girlfriend. The first movie I remember seeing. I think the very first one I remember seeing was, crap, what's that called? My mom took me to go see it after school, and we bawled our eyes out the entire movie. It's like she gets into a crash, her parents are dead, and the first person I talked to today, my mom. The first person I text when something happens, exciting happens. I usually text my friend Sydney. The first text I sent today, I know what it is. First text I sent today was at midnight, and I said, hey, anyone awake? In my group chat. The first thing I do every morning, I get out of bed, and I go brush my teeth. When did you have your first sleepover? I didn't have one until like, oh my god! I just realized something. My first sleepover was last year. First time I ever got into a fist fight. I was a little kid and I was running my mouth to the wrong person, and she goes, what'd you say? Pop! That's it for this week's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna be late for toe choir practice. I love you guys bunches, and I'll see you guys next week. Also, don't forget to check out my social media down below, and also don't forget to check out last week's video. Am I in love with my student teacher? I don't know. Am I? Don't forget to subscribe and like, and leave a comment below. Bye!